Welcome to another video from Gweilo 60. Today we're going to be talking about Trump, or the Americans, the tariffs, the immigration. He calls us Canadians snow Mexicans. How's that? What an asshole, eh? Anyway, so how is this going to affect China? Well, it's going to affect China big time because China is a big producer of goods that goes to the United States. Over $500 billion worth of, and that's US dollars worth of goods go to the United States every year. And flip that over, the Americans send approximately, I think it was 159 billion US dollars worth of goods to China. So there's a big imbalance there. And Trump's got it that, oh, this isn't fair, and he's going to fix it because he's God in his own mind. And so he actually put $34 billion worth of tariffs on the Chinese, and I think another 15. So it's about $50 billion worth of tariffs against the Chinese products coming into the United States now. Oh, and so the Chinese say, well, we're going to retaliate. We're going to put tariffs against US goods coming into China. Okay. Oh, Trump, well, if you retaliate, we're going to up it to 200 billion. Oh no, 400 billion. Oh no, 450 billion. So now Trump wants to put tariffs on over 90% of all of the goods coming out of China going into the United States. Okay, what's this going to do to the Chinese economy? Well, China deals with lots of different countries, you know, from Vietnam to Australia to Russia to North Korea to you name it. They do business with everybody. So is this going to affect the Chinese economy at all? Well, it screws with their stock market. I know that because that's been taking a hit lately. But will it make a really big difference to the Chinese economy? We'll have to wait and see that. But then the Chinese, they say, well, okay, we'll do this smarter, Mr. Trump. What we'll do is we'll target the companies and the areas of the United States that voted for you in the last election. So, you know, the Midwest farmers and soybeans, you're the next ones, you know, things like this. The Chinese have a government that can just say, okay, well, here, we're just gonna, let's target these guys. Oh, and then they target, you know, different high-level Republican politicians. They target their home states too. So, you know, I don't know how it's gonna work out. But it's not just that. It's a tariff on steel and aluminum from Canada because Canadians are a threat, a security threat to the United States. Canadians are a threat, a security threat to the United States? I don't quite get that one. Okay, what, we're going to apologize to death? We're going to say thank you too much, and that's going to overthrow the state's government? Well, maybe if Trudeau gets out there and apologizes too much, well, yeah, you know, but, and then to put tariffs against the European Union, to alienate your friends, you're segregating yourselves. You know, the United States, if they make enemies of Canada, Mexico, the European Union, China, who are you going to do business with in the future? You can't live in a bubble, guys, and that's just the way it is. But Trump says that's not fair. He's even accused Canadians of going across the border to buy shoes and scuffing them up before they come back into Canada to make them look like they're old so we don't have to pay duty on them. And this is your president. Like, come on now, guys. I know we're not doing much better with Trudeau, but scuffing our shoes, buying shoes, going to the States just to buy shoes, coming back, scuffing them up, coming back. God, how stupid is this? But I do know lots of Americans, because I spent a lot of time down in Yuma, Arizona. I do know a lot of Americans that cross into the Mexican, cross over into Mexico to buy drugs, to buy goods, shoes, oh yes, boots, snakeskin boots, different things like that, and bring them back into the States. Why? Because they're cheaper there. You know, if it's cheaper in the States, I guess the Canadians may go down there and buy some stuff, but we don't scuff up our shoes before we bring them back. They say, did you buy anything? You say, yeah, I bought a pair of shoes. You know, like it's not. But why would we go down there now? Our dollar is like worth 75 cents to the American dollar because the NAFTA. Trump's blown that out of the water. You know, the tariffs, and now he's talking about tariffs on automobiles and automobile parts coming out of Canada. So this is really screwing with our economy, and our dollar's down, and everybody's not happy. The Canadians, if we go now, me too. I go into a store, I'll check to see if it's made in Canada or the United States. If it's made in the United States, I just won't buy it. You know, so you've got a small population in Canada. Will that affect the United States? A little bit, not much probably, but it makes us feel better that we're buying Canadian or Scottish or anything but American. I like to rant sometimes when I see what's right and what's wrong, and you know, the idea of the tariffs and stuff. You see, Jimmy Carter did that to Russia back in the 80s. And it devastated the American farmer, Midwest farmer, for years type thing. So, you know, tariffs, they work both ways. Yeah, it's hard on one society, but then it's hard on the other society too. So nobody really wins. Okay, so Trump, he's the boss. He can make things happen. Well, you know, actually he has done some things that he got little Kim from North Korea to kowtow and start dealing with things in a proper manner. And I don't think that if any other politician was in there, they would have got him to the table, you know. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna give Trump at least an A on that one, because the guy, his button's bigger. So, you know, he got little Kim, well, not little, he's a chubby little guy, but anyway, got him to the table. Now on this border immigration stuff that they've got going on down in the States, I've never seen Trump back down so fast. He started separating families, taking children away from their parents at the border because the parents have broken the law. They have to be arrested, charged. So they take the kids away from them because you can't lock children up in a jail. Well, what does he do? He takes them and he sticks them in cages, okay? And it's all over the internet. And I've never seen him do a 180 so quick. The Democrats, the Republicans, the independents, the people, the different countries, everybody raised a little bit of a stink. Do you see the cover of Time magazine? You got that little girl and Trump with a red background. Says it all, you know. So, well, here I'm going to put in a cartoon from Dr. Seuss in 1941. It explains it better than I can explain it. I know I can talk like a damn, but some things you need a visual aid to figure it out. So I put that cartoon on WeChat, you know, because I thought yeah, it's a good thing to forward along. You know, about Jews in 1941 and the American government turning boats around saying, no, we're not going to take you. Okay, well, I got one comment back from a friend of mine. American and Trump voter and stuff like that. And he said, "Did you do any research to see where these Jewish immigrants were going and who accepted them?" And I didn't. So you know, I didn't. But I did reply to his post, and I think I said, I think they went to Poland. You know, probably not the nicest way to respond to something like that. Boy, I've been doing stuff lately that I'm not happy or proud of, and I think it's because I'm becoming more politically correct. Being around Canada so much, it's rubbing off on me. See, in China, you can say and do whatever you want, and nobody gives a rat's ass. Seriously, nobody cares. Here, it's a different story. I'm telling you, people. I'm offended by that. Oh, how many times have I heard that the last 3 months? My God, Martha. It's just one of those things that I hear those words and I see red. Yes, I do. I knew I said I wasn't going to do any more Canadian content in the last video, and I'm sort of kicking myself for putting that video out because Canada's not that bad, and I got a slap from Eurasian Wolf. He's a subscriber on my channel, and he said, "Well, why don't you make videos about Canada? Just switch it from making videos for your friends and family about China to making videos for your Chinese subscribers about Canada." Good idea. He's obviously smarter than I am, but if you've seen Glenn's post here the other day, I'm not that smart because I'm bored, and bored people are stupid, and that's just the way it is. So I guess the moral of the story is, if you think the world is perfect, there are perfect days like today. You know, there's perfect moments. There's good and bad in every country and every people. But I think that what's happening now in the world with locking up children, putting tariffs against allies, having fighting and feuding between countries that have gone to war together, that have stood shoulder to shoulder and won wars and lost wars, and well, maybe not lost because the Canadians weren't in Vietnam. We did spend some time in Korea, but that wasn't a loss. That was a tie, I think. But it's going to be a win now because Trump has fixed it. You know, but you know, shoulder to shoulder and dying and sticking up for, and all this other stuff that comes with allies, and then somebody like Trump comes along and trashes it out for a couple of bucks. Is that a good thing? No, he's an idiot. And if I have to go down there and have a talk with him, he's probably going to be well, he's probably, after he watches, after Donald Trump watches this video, he'll probably phone me and apologize. Call me, Don. You know, I'll forgive you if you stop now. If not, you're in trouble. Later. And that's another video from Gweilo 60. As always, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button, and thanks for watching. Bye now.